time in. Just to get him a map in and warmed up and ready to go so that he can get his feet wet. Because they had the choice between Dust 2 and Inferno, and Vitality's Inferno is way better. It's like better than their Dust 2. So for them to go Dust 2, I think is them just saying we don't need to go to our A game to beat Complexity, and let's get Navera some time in the server.
Well, here we are. They've pushed up in the middle of the map. They're going to catch Cyber out, but it doesn't really matter. Config falls on the A-bomb side, and that means there is a clear path to get here. They're just waiting for the smoke, and then they can make the jump across and get the bomb down. Yugi and JKS, though, are back from middle on the catwalk, now taking a bit of a fight, but out in the open, JKS getting caught, and now it's all on Yugi, and he is going to get trucked by that Glock of Apex. It's just down to Rush now. 1 versus 3, but I don't think there's much he could do. Again, they don't have to fight him. They don't really have... They can if they want to, but the safe way, the 99% way to win this round is just to leave him alone, and he could never really get up there. So, yeah, great pistol round. I think the fact that Cyber got one of those kills in middle before he himself went down definitely was a little bit of an issue. All right, losing some patience there, but eventually they'll pick it up. And that's a team ace coming up from Vitality. Everyone picked up a kill, and they're off to a good start. Now... I've been watching very many demos of Vitality playing on Dust 2, and what's really interesting is actually that, so broadly speaking, their T side I think is actually much less impressive than it should be.
That's exactly what the stats bear out, Anders.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Because you would think a team like this, and again, I'm sure maybe that could even be one of the reasons. Like, it could just also be that they're thinking we're so confident we're going to win this best of 3, and we actually need we need to improve this T side for tougher opponents down the road. So let's try and do that right here, and let's try and see what can be done.
It's just getting in here, but it's just like what played out on Mirage as well. I mean, they start on their weaker side, Vitality, and then they end on their stronger side. So it's just the pressure, the onus is on Complexity to come up with the goods at the beginning of the map. I mean, Complexity need to get as many CT rounds as possible.
Case in point, during the grand final of the Blast 4 series, they played Charles on this map, and they lost 16-14 on that map. But it was I think 11-4 on the first half. Just Vitality getting nothing done on their T side, and then a lot done on their CT side. So I expect something similar could definitely happen. Navira picking up a couple of kills there with the Galil, and that will give them the B bomb side, no problem. A really clean and pretty easily executed B split, and against just pistols, don't expect anything really differently. Although I will say that a somewhat known variant of this B-split that comes in a lot for Vitality is one where instead of just doing it cleanly through upper and middle, they'll take someone onto the catwalk. They'll have Apex up there, and he'll make the jump down into CT spawn with the rest of the B-split. And I think that is just really cool. It's not that they necessarily invented it or anything, but I've seen them do it quite a bit, and I think it's really worth looking out for. Well, they're going to lose a couple of players here at least, but...
Yeah, at least they managed to recover that AK, and they can pick up the Galil as well, so that's nice. In terms of weapon management, they'll actually get the guns that matter. It was looking a little scary, though, there with RPK just hanging out. Config could have just backed off and saved that AK. It's a little bit unfortunate he didn't. And so, well, chance missed, but the round was still going to go to Vitality. It's a 2-0 lead now for Vitality on the T side, and they're just looking so loose and confident, man. Look at, Apex horsing around with Extaz right there. Right now, Vitality are definitely feeling the confidence that they are the best team on this server. There's no hesitation. There's no doubt about it right now with how things have played out on Mirage. And so going into Dust 2 here, it's like Vitality can just go full out and just say, this isn't even my final form. Because they're not even on Inferno. They've just kept Inferno in their back pocket. We get to see that later on in the tournament.
I'm sure we will, and that'll be worth watching too. RPK alone here with the kills. That could be interesting. They could try and steal that away. That's something to work with. Apex making a lot of noise, running right back into config. So that was pretty careless, and he pays a price for it. 3 on 3, and a little bit of focus may be needed here for Vitality. There's absolutely no reason they should be losing this round. And losing RPK, down there in lower dark is not great, but it shouldn't really matter. And I just think maybe a little bit of focus there just to make sure that they don't give up anything else. Pushing out long, that's one hell of a shot coming up from BlameF, taking down Shocks, and well, they're going to fall back a little bit, but they can't fall all the way back to Catwalk because the bomb is planted in a really awkward position here. That's a nice shot. Now they're going to go straight up fight. It's a one-on-one, and BlameF is real low on health, and he's going to go down. Didn't even need the headshot, but he got it anyway. So that's way too close, and I don't even think that was not even necessary for Vitality. So, a little weakness there that I think, Complexity would have loved to have exploited.
That's what we saw in Mirage.
Yeah.
Vitality start getting a bit ahead of themselves. They start horsing around a little bit, and then you start getting kills for Complexity, and rounds get a whole lot closer. That time they saved it, but on Mirage, we saw a couple of rounds go Complexity's way that really shouldn't have. And so, you know, Vitality need to keep their game tight here. They cannot be slacking off. Not against Complexity. Complexity just have too much firepower. That's not what's holding Complexity back. It's the lack of practice as a team that's really hurting Complexity right now, because they constantly have to play with the stand-in. If they could just have that fifth man, all right, that full team to build on, Complexity would be so much more of a threat.
But also, I think there are some other teams in the pool right here that Complexity, with maybe some of the lack of structure, could match up better against. Just that Vitality and Astralis, I think those two teams specifically, they're going to be so well prepared. It's very, very hard to beat by just having firepower, because I think they have so many ways of dealing with it. But we'll see. We'll see if there's going to be a chance here. They almost did it in that last round. Nivira sneaking past the Molotov will slow him down. He would have loved to have crept past and just try to get that done. He's right on the edge of the Molotov, and he's going to get shot in the face. Config, that is a critical kill. Saiwu, though, is in B, and he's actually flanking them, almost catching that one. Apex goes down in the meantime, and Saiwu, he's spotted out too. He knows where they are. Has he been seen yet? I don't think so. This could be a really round-changing thing, but Blamef, the timing could not have been better. I don't know how they knew how to look for him, but that is actually a saved round for Complexity. They could have lost that even up until the end there. That is well played.
That is so insane that Blamef is there.
Yeah.
And that it just doesn't, sometimes it just doesn't work out for you. Sometimes, it's just like the guy goes right around the corner, you barely miss the set, the timing does not line up, and you aren't able to make that magic happen, even if your name is Saiwu. So now, well, you're going to have Vitality. It's looking like we do have attack timeout getting called here. Vitality is in the lead 3-1.
Yeah, but now the fact that they lost the 4 rifles and Saiwu won that 1 versus 2 at the last round, they can't really buy anything here. They're actually, they're not in trouble really. It's early on in the game, but just in terms of money, that's going to be very, very annoying. Could buy a glass AWP, glass cannon make a WP on Saiwu if they wanted to be real crazy about it. I wouldn't recommend it, but I mean, it could happen.
It could. I imagine we're just going to see, well,
AK armor instead.
They're going for it, dude.
They go for the Force, but
yeah, they're going for the Force. I thought that they would actually just play the long game and go ahead and say, right, okay, we'll let Complexity have a second round, and then we'll just proceed to smash them from there. But they've elected to skip the round and go straight to the smashing, Anders. Vitality, 2 rifles and a handful of nades along with some pistols. They're going to get in there.
Well, let's see if it works out the way that they've planned. 3 early over on long for the Complexity side on the defense. And actually, look at that. They're pushing into upper dark. RPK is waiting right here. Could be a good position, but JKS is going to be just a little bit quicker. And with a slightly more powerful weapon, takes him down.
He's on the board, JKS. That's his first kill. That's good for him. With an op, no less.
Whatever it takes, right?
Yeah, whatever it takes. Not sure what to make of that, but fair enough. Double op setup here as you... Oh, nicely done from JKS. Catches Apex perfectly, and that's 2 kills for Complexity. Double op on Dust 2. Name a better duo.
Now, I think when you force into a round like this, it's maybe fine if you don't win it. You can justify it if you get enough damage to the opponent's economy, but so far, that's not really happening. Nivira trying to do a little bit of a job there. They need even, I think, another kill, and preferably get one of these AWPs away, because otherwise this Force doesn't really make a lot of sense. Now, yeah, Saiwu spotted it out. He also wants the bomb plant. He's very conflicted at the moment, and finally, he's going to go straight for it. Shots down the middle. It's going to be a kill. The double spray would have been amazing. And, well, he's very much locked in. Fire in front of him. He can't stay here either, and he'll get taken down from Yugi. So, 2 kills and a bomb plant. It's something. It's not as bad as it was being set up for.
Yeah, getting the bomb plant in this situation is actually a huge win, and I'm glad to see that Saiwu actually prioritized it.
Yeah, that helps them out.
Just getting the money in, and your next round is going to be everything you possibly need, right? It's not going to be some weird Force guy. And so, here we have it. Double AWP setup. Now, Vitality are going to be aware of that. The ops were saved, and so we'll see how Vitality like to try and change it up here on their half-buy round. Because they are not going to be going for the Force here. Vitality, this time around, it is going to go just to the pistols.
Well, that's also why it was so confusing that they forced into the last round.
Yeah.
Because, it did put them in this slightly strange position. And the other reason why because I don't really mind if teams force, but it's just when you've got Saiwu as that super weapon with the AWP and you're on Dust too, wouldn't you just, you know, rather have that as much as possible instead of having it force an AK? But never mind all of that. Blame F in the middle, and that's going to be an incredible trade coming out of Vitality. 3-on-3 now. The guns are a little bit further back, hard to pick up in the middle there. Config is sneaking in to try and catch them, and Rush is waiting right here with the organ position, so Config is actually, I mean, he's moving the wrong way, essentially, and they're looking for it. If they catch Rush, this could be a one round very, very quickly for the French side. You could see Nivera's really thinking about it. They don't have any grenades or anything to check this with, so that's the only downside of the moment. But walking right in front, he's going to get the one kill, and Nivera spins. I can't believe he got that headshot. And Config, he's almost getting shot at the side of the head. Takes a lot of damage, and now 2-on-2 and a 1-on-2 as Config picks up the kill. It's Apex, and he is being burned out. I don't know what he can do. He's sitting inside of it. Oh, man. Tough call.
For a split second there, I believe Nivera was going to hit that shot on Config, and it was just going to be just this insane Deagle clutch again. And Nivera just making his mark yet again on Dust 2. We are going to get them, yep, saving both AWPs. Plenty of time for the defuse, no worries at all here. So Complexity focusing on the important bit, which is saving these ops. Let's see from Apex's perspective, because JKS also died against BlameF down here. Wait, what? Nah.
That wasn't him. Don't worry.
Okay.
But he tried. He tried. I guess that's what dinked him. It must have been, because something did come, so that's why we got the replay. Great job on the replay, guys, because I guess that the other one that could have shot him was Nivera, but he obviously went into the B-bomb site, so wow. That's a little bit mental. Here we go. Saibu's spawning close to long. He's going to run straight for it, but no one will be there to greet him. And as a result, he's going to say, all right, fine. Then we're taking long. And why not? Yugi, I love this, though. Pushed up really aggressively towards the catwalk. Trying to get that position. It's going to be flashed away. And Shocks at the same time will actually take down Config. So maybe not the best start here for Complexity, but they have tied up the scoreline at 3-3.
Exactly. And again, it's worth mentioning, every round here on the CT side for Complexity is worth its weight in gold.
Yeah.
They really need to just try and just get as many as possible here. So them being tied up 3-3, them still having the double AWP to play with, I mean, this bodes well for Complexity. Vitality are the ones who just go for the usual meta right now, which is to swarm long, take it over, and then use this to force Complexity to spread out. The thing is with BlameF, though, he's such a baller. He's like, actually, no, everybody just group up together. We're going to just hard stack this.
Yeah.
If they go B, who cares? But if they go A, we're going to be ready for him.
Now, I wonder how they'll react, because there's going to be a double smoke going down here, and some teams will try and flash their way through and fight, and that's exactly what we see. Right through Rush with a beautiful double kill, and Yugi will pick up one in the meantime while all of that chaos is going on. And now they desperately need to leave them alone here. 2-on-3, only 30 seconds on the clock. Let them try and get that bomb plant. It's not worth fighting for, and yeah, that's what they're going to do. JKS, also a great pickup there, and he's going to turn around and get another one. So Complexity actually doing really, really well, but that is, I mean, it's not risk-free. When you throw that flashbang through and you come charging through the smoke, you have no idea what's waiting on the other side. I mean, it's not that it's completely a gamble, but you are rolling the dice just a bit.
That was so sick. And they had one of the angles covered as well. So if if you're expecting that flash and you're turned around the corner, there was already an op holding that angle, waiting for somebody to go for the peak to try and protect the guys that did get flashed for Vitality. So it's layers on layers here from Complexity. But what a call from BlameF, dude. That is sick. Just get all four over there and say, right, this is it. This is what we're doing. If it works, perfect. If not, well, we look silly. Turns out they take the lead now in this first half.
But again, also potentially, right? If they'd come to the other bomb side, they would have at least saved the double orb and everything else. I mean, there's a lot of equipment in the balance there, so yeah, it's a huge risk. But you could maybe understand what's going on. They are set up for, I think, just timing it on B.
Yeah. Well, grouped up, Tech-9s, let's go. Got a couple of flashes over the top and just hit that ground running. And Rush here, he's about to be in for a whole lot of action. Lurk smoke goes down, and they are going to be through this smoke. Surprised he's not just holding down Mouse 1. He's hoping to hold on just a little while longer, and his teammate is going to show up to support him. JKS with the double. And JKS with the AWP right now, just doing work. Nivera, though, again with the headshot, dude. This guy is lethal with pistols. That's a tough break. And that is as far as it goes. But still, JKS, he's really starting to wake up here. 3 kills for him in the round. He had to egos, but he went from no kills to being tied up on the lead. Well, nearly. Config sitting there with 8. He had to ruin it, but he's got 7.
Whew. That's fast USP action coming out from him. That's really, really well done. Now, I mean, Vitality would have been amazing if they could have got the bomb plant, but I think getting a couple of kills here, it's still, you know, putting a little bit of dent in the Complexity economy. They win 5 in a row here, Complexity. What a quick boost from Yugi. He's up there lightning fast, just like the previous round. He wants to be here and try and catch someone. Dangerous to stick around too long. Nivira could catch him from lower dark, but he's not peeking it at the moment. In the meantime, again, they take long, and they've been doing that a lot. They just sort of get that pit control with no issue.
Yeah, now you leave Zawu over there. He's posted up with the AWP, and we'll see if Config gets impatient. He's playing from the A site. In the meantime, Yugi still just waiting to see where is the D-Lurk. And Apex with the bomb gets caught. Rush is still here, though. Nivera knows it. Looking for the duel. Not quite going to find it, and he is now stuck. Yugi misses the shot. Cannot let that happen. You got to get that kill.
Wow, man, if he'd have got that, it would have been really good. Finally, they would have been a little bit up in this round. Now it's a 4-on-4. Still a minute left on the clock, and JKS just making that run past. That actually looked very dangerous. They're sensing that it's going to be a little bit of pressure towards the B bomb side, so they're starting to lean that way. JKS getting over on that side to help out Rush. There's only one smoke and a Molotov left on RPK, so that very limited what they could do here, Vitality, in terms of you know, incredible executes and all the rest of it.
Well, getting the kill on Config, and there it is, Nivera. Taking down JKS in mid, and that means that all four can group up here, ready to go for Vitality onto the B side. Rush is all by his lonesome. At least he's got the AUG. He can still do this. If he plays these angles correctly, he's doing a perfect job. Zaiwu with the trade. Shuts him down. That was so sick.
If somehow Yugi would have got that shot, Time would have probably won in the round. Instead now, he has to walk into the middle, and Shox is just playing in a position that's very hard to clear him out from. I don't know what Yugi's meant to do. If he picks up Zaiwu, he could probably defuse the bomb before Shox could even show up, but that is part of the problem, isn't it? How do you take care of Zaiwu in this position? He's very hard to catch, and he's going to be covering that position just fine. Shox will eventually turn up for the kill, and it will be another round for Vitality. Having just lost 5 in a row, so I don't know. I mean, Complexity will have enough money to buy, and I don't know about this particular round. I mean, this is such a good start for Complexity, catching the bomb out there, but I don't know, JKS, it looked like he should have been able to see them even walking through the door, or at least he should have been close to. They really caught him off guard.
Man, Rush did everything he could there, though.
Yeah.
2 kills, played the angles, tried to turn it into a series of duels, which is exactly what he needed to do. And it just does not pan out for him there, so tough break, but this is going to be the first tack timeout getting called here by Complexity, and it's probably the correct time to go for it as well, considering that was a bit of a frustrating one to give up, and you're now going into a bit of a weird round where it's not going to be the strongest buy for you. So now, well, I mean, again, it's the T side for Vitality, and I'd be curious to be the fly on the wall, right, in the team speak for Complexity to hear what they want to adjust, because right now Vitality, I mean, they're going for the long take early.
Yeah,
it's been pretty consistent.
Well, and they've been allowed to get that so many times that you know.
Well, it's the nade game, isn't it?
It's that, but it's also Complexity not putting too much effort on it. Just saying that they are putting everyone over at long, so now they do want to fight for it. Apex is making the jump out, and let's see how long he's going to be able to live here. I mean, if it's a long time, he could be buying, just a lot of distraction, but eventually he goes down. And are they going to react behind it? Yep, out the middle before anyone else shows up, and it leaves JKS alone inside of the B bomb side. They might have just traded Apex for a round win on the B side here, and that would be worth it. Quick trade there, and yeah, that should be a bomb plant. They're actually trying to come through, but Cyber's just going to stop them. Doesn't care about flashbangs or anything. He's going to take down Blamef as well. My God.
He's so sick. They knew that was such a sick read. I mean, hindsight is 20/20, but what a sick read. Complexity, they're clearly done with the shenanigans at long from Vitality, where Vitality keep getting players into pit. They decide to address that, and Vitality are one step ahead. Apex, man, dude, he is really shaping up into a god tier in-game leader. It is so sick to see.
He is, and it's sort of significant that it's him out there, although I suppose anyone could have called it, but when you know, he doesn't just get killed by a single person and has no idea what else is going on in the round. Like, he sees more than that. He knows there are more people there. Yeah, so he's the first line of that information. So he's just instantly going to call it in and say, go, go, go right now.
Yeah.
And there's no hesitation. They're really quick about it. So
so sick. It's so sick. This team, I mean, it's just a killer unit.
Yep.
No hesitation, as you point out, right? If your in-game leader's calling the shot and you just go, that's exactly what had to happen there, and they tie it up 5-5.
I actually saw them run pretty much the same strategy against Astralis, as I said, in the grand final when they were playing back in December. Now, another cool strategy that they ran was very similar to what they've been doing here, where they take long, but then they had a strat where I think they ran Shocks and RPK up catwalk to basically sort of, you know, attack the A-bomb side from two directions, but they did it very, very fast. They were on that catwalk so quick, and they didn't stop pushing. They just kept pushing, and if there's a 3 or 4 man sort of push from the CT side down at long to have that fight and take that control, that can really catch you off guard. Now, it looks like Complexity are not that vulnerable to it, because they do have this early boost with Yugi all the time here, so they would know that was coming, but if they get the timing down right, it could be incredible.
Now, Vitality have elected to just go ahead and play on the Complexity stacking A. It is going to be a whole lot of action here for Rush in just a moment. He has only got the Deagle, but we've seen what he's capable of. Only the 1-for-1 trade, but that's good enough. Him going down without anything would have been a bit more expected there, but at least he was able to get the 1, and now Vitality will be able to get the bomb planted. Complexity with that AWP, with that AK, you want to get those guys out of harm's way. Just save those for the next round, and then leave your pistols kind of hanging around here and hoping to catch an exit. Shoxy should be close enough to hear Blame F step. Yep. He's going to hear a whole bunch of them stepping here, so Shoxy's going to be at risk. Oh, JKS is going to catch him in the back, isn't he?
Yeah, out of his field of view for a second there. Could they get another weapon? Yeah, second AK picked up. Can they keep it is another question. Actually, that's a nice shot out of JKS. I would, let's say, try and stay away from this. If Vitality lose another AK, yeah, it's a bit annoying, but it's not going to be the end of the world. Whereas if Complexity could keep both the AKs, which it looks like they will, that is great news. That's, for losing a round, that is really a good job here on the Complexity side. They've set themselves up nicely. That cost them a lot, and it cost the Frenchmen a lot. So if they can win this next round, it's going to get interesting again. And I actually think they need to. I think the fact that Vitality have 6 rounds already is horrifying to Complexity, or it should be.
It should be, considering, you know, their CT side is very solid. Vitality, stronger than their T side. Much like the way, you know, how things panned out for Mirage, where their T side was stronger than their CT side, and yet they're still just able to come out ahead. And so Vitality now... Vitality have really set themselves up for success on the second map of this series. And this is after beating up on Complexity on Mirage. So Vitality right now in the lead, 1-0. Looking very good.
Yeah, man, they catch Config out in those long double doors. Been a bit of a pattern now, you know, a couple of different ways, but Nivira playing on his own, and then the rest of the squad, the other 4 on the team, doing whatever they're doing somewhere else on the map. Classic grenades for a B-split. JKS knows it already, and he's going to go down anyway just as they pop inside of the bomb site. Rush, I have no idea how he could ever live through this. Nivira was just at the window, so even if Rush got a double kill as they came through, it wouldn't even have mattered. He would have been dead almost certainly no matter what. So Blame F and Yugi far away, saving what they can, and Vitality could even go hunting for them, I think, if they wanted to.
Yeah, this is the one where it feels like Vitality are just now fully in control. Complexity are going to be, they're in that phase where we've pointed this out in the past, where certain players are going to feel like they need to overstep, like they need to overstretch themselves to really make the difference happen, right? And so Config with that push there at the beginning of the round, right? That's the first time we've seen that kind of aggression from him there, at least not since like the pistol at the very beginning. So, I mean, him going for that now is playing into Vitality's expectations, where they're going to start thinking these guys are going to try to make plays. Let's just hold angles, shoot them in the face when they do, and then capitalize off of that, right? And it's the slippery slope for Complexity now, because if you keep doing that, Vitality are going to keep punishing you. And well, Vitality, they have money in the bank for a buy, so they're going to go ahead and see if they can get these guns off of Complexity. Blame F going to get traded 1-for-1, so no AK, but Yugi holds on to the AWP.
Yeah, so worth it for Vitality to throw even an extra kill. Man, it looked like he almost could have caught the timing there.
That's such a tough break for Config. Config having a bit of a... I mean, nah, he's kind of cooled off a little bit. Early on, he was at 8 leading the way. Now he's just at 9 kills, Config, so he's kind of cooled off going to the last couple rounds of this half. And now he's got the Deeg, so let's see what he can do.
I mean, that B bomb site's been such a weakness, and they're testing it again. If Cyber got that kill right there, the rest of the team were ready. They could have gone almost immediately. So BlameF is coming into the middle towards CT spawn to try and help out. And that, I mean, that is normally how you would try and deal with a weaker B bomb site, is you would be ready for this type of a B split to happen. So I can't really even blame them for trying to do this. We'll see if it's going to be quite enough or if it'll still be an issue.
Well, this is after conditioning complexity to have to worry about A long. And so if you're going at the very beginning in these halves, let's see it already. JKS going to get the punish on Nivera. Big shot there. Man advantage now for complexity.
What was he doing?
He's just trying to make plays. Just trying to make plays.
I think he thought that he had done a lot more damage to JKS and thought he could just have one-tap him with the pistol or something, but that wasn't really within range. Simon and Apex pushing up on Catwalk, but I think Yugi's found out, and BlameF surely knows now. He's in a little bit of a fight there. Gonna win that one against Apex. Yugi will start to fall back, which I think is a smart idea. Just again, even if they get the bomb plant here, it should be 5-on-3. Shot through the wall to take down Config and Saimu. I mean, he's still alive and kicking with that AWP. Bomb is finally going to be going down here. A big chance for Complexity to do something. Although Shox is, yeah, looking to shoot them in the back. Saimu instead goes dead on against Yugi, and he's going to win that fight. Shox goes down. This is not over yet. RPK is here, and they need to find a way to take down the French sniper on the other side. He's going to miss his chance the one time, and now all three are coming for him. He sees his chance, pulls out the pistol, and could have nearly had JKS as well. They do have a kit, and they're going to be able to win the round, but he is so lethal.
He is such a beast. Because I was fully expecting him to join the ace club so far. We've had 5 aces in a day and a half.
Yeah.
So far. Pretty solid ratio so far of aces to rounds in this tournament, shaping up nicely. But again, this is a big round here for Complexity, and going into the last 2 rounds of this half, it will be a full buy for both of these teams, and I'm very curious to see now if this is when Complexity realize that they've been gamed by Vitality, and they remove that focus from A long and start shifting it back over towards B, because Vitality, after conditioning Complexity to worry about A long at the beginning of the half, now they've got a bit more of a presence towards mid. Now they got a bit more of that presence towards long, and now we're shifting back over. Dude, it's games within games here. These guys, they're on the read. It's going to be a late take from A long here, and Config with the nade in hand, not what he wanted.
Definitely not. He's going to get caught, and that's a bit of a problem. Yugi now trying to make up for it. That's such a bold play, and actually he did get the shot on Apex, but probably not worth it. 4 versus 3 now. Bomb is all the way in pit, so it's going to take a little bit of time to recover that and get it up there, but they have all the control they could possibly want here. And Complexity cannot, I mean, they can't really lose these rifles, as much as it sucks. Unless you get some random kill here, maybe you need to save.
I think so. Unless you were to get it immediately, right?
Yeah.
As the bomb gets planted. The bomb hasn't been planted yet, so they've got that going for them. So again, there we go. Double flashes. Over the top rush. No fear. Charging straight in. Zywoo's got the angle on him, though. And Zywoo's not going to miss a shot like that. Easy peasy. JKS and BlameF last to alive for Complexity. And while they have yet to get the bomb planted,
yeah,
Vitality, but already Complexity backing off. They're just... Bomb doesn't even need to be planted. These guys are already thinking about saving.
Yeah, and I mean, I think from both teams, I appreciate how they were playing this. Vitality just not rushing to get the bomb now, because that's one of the few ways in which they could lose the round. Is who knows if there's like an extra HE and you don't want to be planting and getting double naded. So they're just taking it slowly. They had the time for it anyway, and Complexity realizing, yeah, we could throw away from us and maybe it'll be all right, but the M4 and the AWP not so much.
Oh, that's just unfortunate for Yugi.
Yeah, trying to make a big play at the end, but it's going to be 8-6 in favor of Vitality. And again, I can't really stretch how much of a problem that is for the Complexity side. They are going to have to... I don't even know what level of preparedness they're going to have themselves on when they go into the T side. But it's going to be a bit of an uphill struggle for sure.
It is. You just got to hope that your guys are going to hit headshots, right? I mean,
a lot of them.
For Complexity or Vitality right now, I mean, it's going to be Na'Vi or Liquid who you're going up against if you drop into the lower bracket. And it's worth pointing out, guys, that this is a double elimination bracket. We're not in groups here. Right now we're in the upper bracket. If you lose this, you go to the lower bracket. But if you lose there, you're going home. That's it. And it's $600,000 first place prize money. So you do not want to be going home early. There's a lot of money on the line here.
So we're just jumping down the middle more or less and trying to get the timing as BlameF. He's going to get the 1 kill. I mean, that's even better than it could have been there. It looked like he was just getting overwhelmed. 3 versus 4. Config alone up on that A site, and he's got data shovel, almost no grenades to try and stop anything with here. But once again, Vitality slowing it down, calling a little bit of a break to make sure that they've got everything lined up. An amazing grenade lands right on top of Vitality. Could this be enough? Config comes in, a bit of a kill. The bomb is on the ground now, and he's backing up, trying to not get flashed, and they're going to win the round. 7-8. They get one last in there, which I think is a damn good job. I mean, I'm quite impressed by the fact that they managed to win that round. Could it be enough for the second half? We'll find out after the break.
One more. Mid dead. Behind the molly, I'm reloading.
I'm on the shot.
I'm coming in. He's
Yes,
one
it-
beat.
No!
Let's go, boy! Let's go!
Easy, man! Easy!
It should have been a 2-0 though. It should have been a 2-0.
Backline dead.
Dead.
People there.
Sick!
Nice boys. Let's go.
I don't see anyone in main.
He's holding flash! 8 demons! Oh! I'm on stack.
Yeah,
Let's go! Flames are sticking his into. He's like, die, Joey, die, Joey.
nice, nice.
Did you guys run the whole way?
Yeah!
Mais um caverna, palhaço. Palácio. Tá, vou X1, eu tô longe. Vou jogar.
Passou. Come here now.
Two in pit. Two pistol. One left, one splinter.
He's slowly under pit.
Splinter still. Chill.
Short!
Oh my god.
Russ! Did you see that?
Nice job.
Insane. I don't know what just
Let's
happened,
go,
guys.
baby.
Good job. He ran through the mid-site smoke, and I see my teammate here, and there's a
I'm making plays, dog.
Yeah, I felt like I was playing.
I can drop you, Mike. I can drop you.
Fucking hectic. Nice.
Yeah! Oh my god! Playboy! Last Daniel!
I think that's your spot.
Yeah, that's the clutch spot.
Respeita a minha história! Pausa essa...
One was Ivy.
Try to let T-Quad all over.
Ingen blir man.
Let's still one.
I think they got.
T-Quad dead. He was holding Ivy. Could be one more team.
There's one more Ivy.
On half HP Ivy. He was.
Out anyone?
Out, anyone?
Team dead.
Out, half HP.
Have it.
Nice! Sick! Let's go!
That first half on Dust 2 split right down the middle between Vitality and Complexity. 8-7 in favor of the French side. So that probably is not good news for Complexity. They definitely needed more. And that means they've got their work cut out for them. This second half is coming right up now. They're going to be on the T side. And I just think it's going to be tough. But I would love to be proven wrong. I would love to see them do something more here.
I want to know what Bardolph thinks of Yugi's knife and glove combination there. Dude is popping off. He is looking very fresh. Even has the Glock matching as well. Get out, dude. I'm impressed. That's very solid stuff. We need Scrawny to do some talking here and, check it out on the skin side.
Well, someone will get on that, I'm sure of it. Conflict with the P250 for those clean headshots. Not happening yet, and Blamev has gone down. And now they're trying to get up and wrap behind Long to get that quick bomb plant. Would have been even better if they could have caught a kill there, but that doesn't happen. And look at the patience. Vitality knowing we have to find Conflict before we even think of retaking anything, because otherwise he's going to be shooting us in the back, and that's just not fun at all. Waiting for a little bit of timing here. They don't have any more grenades to pop flash their way around the corner either. Russian Yugi with a couple of kills, but I'm not sure it's enough. Yugi is so trapped in here. He's got low health and in a 1 versus 3, and they're just going to run him down. So I think that was actually a very well executed plan for Complexity, but Just they didn't get the early kills. I'm not even sure there's much to complain about in this round, really.
No, it's RPK continues to just hit shots on pistol rounds. We saw it on Mirage, where he nearly had the clutch, and then here, as far as the pistols are concerned, he just feels like you can count on him to get you at least a kill a round. And it's so amazing that he just has that level year after year. The guy never stops. He is the boulder on which you can build your roster, build your strategy. If you can always get 1 to 2 frags from this guy, I mean, that's a gold mine as far as an in-game leader is concerned. So again,
Yes.
with the pistols, RPK, you know, he's getting the kills when they matter. And as far as Vitality are concerned, they're off to the flying start here in the second half, 9-7 on the CT side, and this is their favored side on this map, Vitality. So they got the strong start, and it should be shaping up nicely. Complexity, they do go for the force, and they go for the static hold here, hoping that Vitality are going to overextend once again.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Complexity have done some research. I mean, there's lots of games out there to watch if you are Complexity, right? If you're Blameth and the crew, you could have sat down and tried to figure something out. But one thing is knowing, you know, how they might play and what their setups might be, but actually finding a way to break them, that could be a lot more tricky. Config alone out on long, and the other 4 of them are pushing up on the catwalk. They did buy in this round, and I don't really mind that whatsoever. Trying to put some early pressure on, and you see the weaponry there on Vitality. Not really that impressive, so they could do some real damage here. Apex, he's seen the jumping, and they have a 3-man lean towards the A-bomb side. See if it's going to be enough to stop what's coming.
It's default kind of hold here for Vitality, so we need to see, yeah. A lot of this is riding on Apex, and ZywOo needs to stay alive. There's a smoke going down to block off that molly, and ZywOo is still in the mix. Apex misses a chance at a headshot, though. But there's ZywOo with that M4. He is going to be looking to do the majority of the damage. RPK chiming in as well, but they are doing a great job of trading out Complexity. 2 players surviving as they push on to the site, but the bomb, disaster.
Oh, no.
It's dropped on the ramp.
It fell down. Someone got too close. That could lose them the round. If they would have had the bomb plant, they would have had it already. And in a 2-on-3 with AKs, that's super doable. But 10 seconds left. He's thrown it back up. He's tried to toss it up, but it doesn't matter. That's a nice toss. Well done. Oh, man, but it doesn't matter, does it?
No, I mean, it's cool detail and everything, but you know, the bottom of your stomach just drops out as soon as that bomb drops onto that ramp. You just know you're toast.
It's a nightmare. It should be a rule for everyone. If you're carrying the bomb, you have to hug the wall the whole way around, because it can happen so many different places. You just can't participate in any fights. Never go near that edge.
Now Vitality, yeah. They're going to be the ones who are sitting pretty. No bomb plant, no money for Complexity, so a hard eco, apart from a couple deagles. Whereas Vitality, fully equipped, ready to rock and roll. And focused on mid as well. They're looking for a bit of that close quarters combat. RPK is just kind of chilling out over at long, hoping to see some action. It's going to be ZywOo here in a moment. And with that MP9, let's see.
What? Couple of kills right away. At least there's one in return, but this should be an easy round for Vitality. And already they're a man down.
They have a tendency of doing this.
Yeah, we saw it on the first map on Mirage. A couple of rounds like this.
I mean, I get it. You want to just... They're showmen, Anders. They want to make it last a little while longer. Although, I mean, that being said, it's still not done yet. ZywOo is just going to farm the MP9 as well. Just so much money now for this guy.
All right. Config revealing himself, and it'll be RPK. Not quite the ace. Could have been MP9 ace.
Sick. Dude, they saved the AKs, the M4, and ZywOo's got so much money now for the AWP. No worries at all for Vitality on the CT side.
They're they're just in such a strong position right here. Hard to argue otherwise. I think what is impressive, I mean, even at the, you know, in the first half where it was looking like Vitality were kind of taking over the game at some point, they've been keeping up so well on kills Complexity. ZywOo is being the, you know, the monster that he can be here. He's got 21, so outdoing everyone else, but Complexity are actually putting a lot on the board, so that is maybe a little bit encouraging. There's Config with a kill, spins for it. He knew there would be a second man there, but RPK catches him. Rush with a nice trade, and now they've got so much time they can slow this down. If they just keep pushing and fighting, I mean, it could end badly. ZywOo's out here somewhere. They know it now. They hear that ult go off, they know what that means.
Oh, dude, he's so sick. He's like, cool, give up on long real quick. I'll go ahead and take a peek if anybody was over here pushing on catwalk. We'll clear this out. and just proceed to get that map control as they focus back on mid. Shoxy and Nivea working together as a duo here. Team Vitality, they are still very much a threat, especially considering the nade count that they have. They've got tools to work with here. They're like, cool, you guys have long. We'll go ahead and take care of your lurker boy.
Can't believe it. The timing there, Blamef, he could have been picked a couple of different ways, and he's still not spotted by Saiwu. I can't believe that it hasn't just even worked out randomly that he would have just seen the gun barrel or something. So that is very well done. And even for the money that he has there in his pocket, Saiwu, it's probably not worth it. They're going to back out, and Complexity will pick up the round. Well done.
Okay, now with Zaiwu having that much money, do you think they go double AWP here and just go all out Vitality? I mean, you could get that turret set up here going on that CT side again.
Yeah, you definitely could. It's super doable.
Oh, man, this is where it starts getting into the fun stuff, though, because it's like, okay, now Complexity have found success on A long. Are they going to hit A long again a few more times here to just get Vitality having to focus and be honest and invest nades and bodies on A long before we see the swap the same way that we saw that in the first half from Vitality?
Yeah, I mean, partly I think the answer to that will depend on their spawns a little bit, right? If they keep getting some of the close spawns, maybe you keep trying.
Config and JKS spawned well this time around for the quick long. They could get that support going in.
Apex, looking annoyed at the ceiling. He's had a bit of a rough game, at least this map. 4 and 17. Let's see, 20th round, Config charging out long again, looking for a gap, and there is one in the smoke. He's very low on health, hiding inside, but Rush will be there to help him out, and Apex, oh, save by Saiwu, and he gets a headshot on JKS. What kind of madness is this? He should have been absolutely dead. He threw his gun on the ground to pick up his teammate's weapon, and Saiwu is there to save him. I can't believe it.
Sometimes Lady Lux just needs to give you a little helping hand there. Little wink, little nudge. Apex with the shot through the smoke.
That's outrageous. Yeah, we're gonna need a replay. Now, yeah, you can shoot through that at certain times. Depends on the position of the moon and other weird things that no one really knows how it works.
Ah! He was so close.
Not this time. Yeah, and he's gonna make the cross. He's trying to stay alive. Saiwu ran to the lip of the bomb site and taking down Rush. I actually thought he was just gonna fall back, Saiwu, but he stuck around for that kill too. Blamef and Yugi left 2 versus 4. I can't even justify Vitality winning that long fight. It's so ridiculous. Didn't look like they should have been allowed. Yugi is back here by the car, and there's not much coverage here. You can shoot right through that at almost every angle. He's going to be alone and eventually hunted down. Also, no bomb plant, so it's a good shot, but I don't think it'll change anything in this round. 12-8 in favor of Vitality and no bomb plant, so that is... that bomb plant would have been huge for them, actually. Now, so... that's a good shot from Rush, and at this point, Apex should be dead. I just can't even...
Eye in the sky, man. Eye in the sky. Zaiwu was always watching.
Yeah.
What is really this?
That is such an incredible turn of events out there on long.
And that is putting Zaiwu... oh, yeah, he's at 23 right now, so pretty far in the lead. He's hanging out up there with Rush from Complexity. Rush sitting at 18 kills. And Rush has found success on that long take, but it's looking like now Complexity are going to have to back off of the early take on long. They've been adjusted to here. Vitality are the ones instead who are going to be focusing. This is going to be a very quick A split. Config and Blamef up on Catwalk looking good. And Zaiwu and RPK all by their lonesome here on A. It's about to get very interesting.
RPK went down. Yeah, now Saiwu's alone on long with just an AWP. He's going to smoke and buy time. I don't really mind this play at all. I don't know what he's meant to do in this position. They are all around him. They're coming from right through this one. They're not going to wait. Surely going to keep going. Apex, and Saiwu gets a kill anyway. It just takes so much to get rid of them. Nivea is here with the second AWP. Not going to get that flick in there, but Apex fighting them anyway. JKS, he's going to get hunted at the end. Just normally in that position, you would be lucky with an AWP out there if you get a kill and just go down like that. But he gets 2 kills and he buys a lot of time. And in the confusion, Apex also picks up another one. It's just so much happening here.
I'm so happy we're going to get to see this again. This is actually really unfair. Like, what do you do against this?
I don't know.
The guy doesn't even see you.
Yeah, doesn't care.
We need that as a meme.
14 to 8.
Perfect.
It must be very annoying because actually the setup for that was so good. They take down RPK as the supporting rifler to the sniper rifle out there. That's a great step in the right direction. And you have him trapped. He can't escape. And it just still takes almost the entire team to actually do anything with it. Well, they're going to go for it again, this time with rifles fighting RPK. Cyber and Apex are kind of close by. Good shot there, trying to follow it up. And the backup is going to fall back. I don't mind it. Apex and Cyber are going to try and fall into the A-bomb side.
Hey, this is where you just hate your life if you're confident, because nothing is working. And Zywoo just can't seem to miss right now. Does he get another one? I thought he had it. This is outrageous. Yugi's finally going to put him out, but Shoxy will find a double of his own, and it's all Yugi now. 1v2. Quick rotation coming in here from Vitality means that he is not going to have a whole lot going for him, and he is going to get caught in the open. Does not manage the 360 shot. And that puts Vitality up on 14 rounds on their CT side of Dust 2. And that just continues to play out. They're so consistent.
Blameth had an AK, right? So did he shoot him through the side of the box, I guess? Did the bullet go through? Because I felt like that should have been a straight headshot. Or maybe it was a Galil, I don't know. Yeah, he's just as confused as I am.
That's the reaction. Like, what is going on?
Like, why? Why doesn't he just die?
Do we get the B-rush finally?
Thinking about it, but giving up on it. Looks like they're going to be going out middle instead. Shocks. There's a lot of pressure here. Zywoo, though, on the other side. He's so lightning fast. Shocks is going to miss this opportunity. Nivira, though, and Apex just combining for a couple of good kills. And Zywoo finally goes down. Not that I think it will really matter in this particular round. It's about to be series point here for Vitality. 1 versus 3 for Blameth, and I don't think he can do much. I mean, they're actually going to go fight him, which is a little bit surprising. He's trapped in here, so could just leave him there until time runs out, and then go fight him. He knows. RPK will shoot him in the back, and that will be 15 to 8. Complexity so far having won only 1 round on their T side here. And I think we laid up the possibility, at least, that this could happen when we intro this whole thing. Vitality are such a hard team to play against on the CT side. They're very, very good at what they do. 27 kills on Zywoo, and the closest rush on 20. So
you actually have a few more maps to work with. Out of 7 maps, they have a 62% win rate on CT side. So it's just, you know, Vitality across that many maps for you to still be that positive on CT side Dust 2, which has that element of luck involved as well. You know, it's just, it's so difficult to deal with. And Complexity, I don't think, with a stand-in, you know, they have the depth necessary to take on a team like Vitality on a map that they are so comfortable with. And the beauty of it is that we get to look forward to Vitality on Inferno. They didn't even need to play Inferno, and Inferno is their stronger map, Vitality. So we get to have that to look forward to here in the next upper bracket match for Vitality.
Cyber just doing even more work. He's at 29, gunning for the 30, because why not? Why not try and get there? Fire at his feet. Oh, it's not spreading. Usually it'll go all the way into the corner, but apparently shaking his head just works. I don't know. Does it waft the flames away if you do that quick enough? I have no idea what kind of technology he was employing there. 2 versus 5. Rush and JKS. I don't even think they are trying to keep the dream alive, just trying to not die to Zywoo any longer. Rush goes down, and JKS is alone, trying to battle it out. 40 seconds left, and yeah, this has been an incredible performance from Vitality, showing why they were seated this high, showing just exactly how incredibly dangerous they are. 16 to 8 as they bring down Complexity on 2 maps. That is all that it took.